Things didn't end up going quite to plan.
Good morning. So as you can tell, I've literally just woken up. It is 6:20 in the morning, and today we are going for my hospital appointment in Southampton. I'm kind of nervous, but we're manifesting the positive vibes, so hopefully everything's gonna be okay. We'll see you on the way there.
So we are finally at the hospital after 3 hours of travelling. I'm actually really nervous. As much as I'm excited in a way to know what's wrong, I'm probably more nervous than anything. So we have just arrived and sat in the waiting room, and they've said that they want to get new x-rays, so that's where we're going. So just had my x-ray and we're about to go in to see the doctor and talk it through and find out finally what is wrong. Welcome back to my bedroom. As you can probably tell, the videos of me at the hospital ended very much there. Things didn't end up going quite to plan. I was planning on filming as much as I could, not necessarily in my appointment because I don't know if that's actually allowed, but more like, you know, once we got out, and so I could speak to you about it, like on my way home and everything. But yeah, things didn't go exactly how I wanted them to. So things were going really well in the beginning. Just before I was due for my appointment, they sent me for another x-ray, this time on my entire spine. Just to get like a new picture now, see how things are looking, and kind of gather kind of where we're at now. I had that done, and then went straight through to the spinal specialist's room. And this is where things started to go downhill. Again, in the beginning it was all really positive. We went in there, he looked at my x-rays and he said, the good news is that the fractures are healing, and you know, that's looking much better. So at first I was like, great, but then I was sat there like, hold on, why am I still in so much pain then? And so after a lot of chatting with him and everything, he said to me, I'm really sorry, but I don't know what's wrong. And I actually think that's probably the worst answer I could have gotten. I know obviously if it was like a surgical thing that I would have needed, that also would have been bad, because, you know, the wait lists can be so long, and I could have been waiting for, you know, another year until I can have surgery, which means I, you know, wouldn't be able to do anything up until then. But at that point I was like, anything is better than nothing, and I'd rather know and have an answer and a solution, and that was that. And so when he turned around and said to me, I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with you, I just, all of my emotions really got to me, and I felt like angry, not at him, but just angry that there wasn't a fix, really upset, and most importantly, really disappointed. You know, I went there hoping that I'd get answers and a way to fix them, and I didn't get anything. So he did say to me that I have got a condition called kyphosis in my back, which is basically where I have an abnormal curve to the top of my spine. It's kind of like, a lot of people when I've spoken to them about it, they've gone straight to like scoliosis, so it's kind of a similar thing, but like not quite. And I am lucky with the fact that it's not bad enough to have surgery on it, which is great. And he said that it's probably like through my family that I've got it, you know, it's just something I've had my whole life. But yeah, he said he doesn't think that that is my main cause of pain, but he's not really sure what is. He said a couple of the discs are starting to get closer to each other, and he said that over time they will eventually end up touching. But again, he said this isn't the reason for your pain, or it's, you know, very unlikely that it is. So I was just so deflated, and I'm going to be really honest, the entire way home, which took like, I don't know, an hour and a half maybe, I cried the entire way home. And usually if I'm going to cry, I'll be, you know, probably in my home. But no, it literally, the buses, the boat, I was completely just like destroyed. Like, I thought this was the end of the world, and it took me several days to kind of process. The one thing that he did do is he's referred me to physio through the NHS, which is great. I also do have my own physio and chiropractor. Her name's Georgina, and she's incredible. She's worked with me for many years, and she also does Piper's back too, so it's really good to keep us like in harmony together. Obviously not that I'm riding him at the moment, but you know, I know her, I trust her, she knows all of everything that's going on, everything that's gone on previously. So I've got an appointment with her tonight. It's my first physio since finding out that my spine was fractured. We have got a bit of a plan in place now. It's all going to be like just rehab essentially, and it's going to be really slow and more than likely really painful. But I've got, like I said, I've got physio, got a Pilates instructor. She will be coming to my house to do it at home, which I prefer because it's going to be one-to-one in my safe place, and I feel like I'll be much more comfortable that way, especially where I'm rehabbing from an injury. I feel like I'll be much more comfortable doing it in my own space, so I've got that, which will be coming up soon after my physio. I'm also doing cold water therapy. I'm going to be doing a whole new video on all of this side of things, and you can kind of see what we're doing. But yeah, I've got a lot of stuff planned, and then as soon as I can move a bit more, I'm going to be back on horse, and I'm so excited, but I'm also really nervous. And again, it sounds silly, I've ridden my whole life. I've ridden, you know, horses that, you know, are a bit crazy, you know, ones who are really quirky. You know, I've ridden everything, and I've jumped jumps the same size as my little New Forest pony, and I still feel nervous. And it feels really weird to say that. I've never, not for a very, very long time, have I said that I'm nervous to get back on. But I've never had this long off of riding, so I guess it is expected. As I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a whole other video. The next video will be about my action plan, all of my rehab stuff. I'm going to get lots of videos and stuff so you can really see what I'm doing instead of me just sitting here talking about it, because I'm not very good at explaining it. So you'll be able to see everything that I'm doing, and I'll be keeping you all updated, and I hope to see you there. Till next time.